Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome back after a long, kind of boring weekend. We finally get to look at some real entertainment again, green and red candlesticks. After all, on a day like today, you got GameStop breaking out, or trying to break out at least, over 12.7% today. What is going on over at GameStop? GameStop is trying to escape our box. In fact, it escaped our box this morning in pre-market. Look at this. What is happening at GameStop, folks? GameStop fully broke out over the boxes that we had drawn for it. It is not behaving. It is soaring. It is up 12.7% today at $155. Again, proving to be pretty much the best hedge to the madness that has been happening. It's been a safe place to park your money during this crash and a place to make money during the crash, which is very, very exciting. GameStop. All right, that's awesome. We've got Hydro Farm Holdings, the cannabis supplier, up 7.9% today. Look at this, Fisker having rallied to over $31 just in the last 2 weeks, but really having been caught up in this maelstrom of disaster, is doing very well, up 7.6% today. The charging companies that have just sold off like nobody wanted them, up 6.7%. Gevo up, BNGO up, ZOM, AMC all are up about 6%. Narrative mentioned Caucus, Xpeng up about 4.9%. This is good news. We've got earnings to look at as well for Xpeng. We've got Tuscan Holdings, OGI, Shift. We've got earnings coming up after the bell for Shift. That'll be a big one. Rocket Mortgage up 3% today. Peloton trading right next to Carnival. Usually they trade in opposite directions. So a little bit of a weird day today. Spirit Airlines, GoPro, Nikola, CRISPR, American. We've got EXPI, Fastly, Salesforce. Really interesting mix here today of green and between travel and recovery. We got Redfin coming back 1%. And then we've got Tesla. Tesla's actually up about 1%. Pinterest up about 1%. And let's see, Tesla was pretty darn red. And what happened yesterday? I mean, we had futures telling us that the market was going to open in shambles today. Let's look at what's losing right now. So losing, we've got Mr. Chamath's SPACs, IPOE selling off. And also recently here, right before the open. So really selling off right into the open. We got C3AI still well below IPO price here at $90.20. I mean, now's the time to look at C3AI as maybe a buying opportunity. Open Door, another Chamath SPAC selling off. It seems like people are mad at Chamath. Not sure why. Here's another one, FRX. Gosh, under $12. I mean, this is a pretty cheapie. Let's see here. Somebody mentioned the audio is a little different today. I hope not. I haven't changed anything. Maybe refresh. Maybe it's just you, because usually if the audio is different, everybody's complaining. But anyway, this is very interesting. USO down today, despite the price of oil going through the freaking roof. We got Plug Power, we got Zoom. I mean, these are down like 0.5%. Very, very interesting. Kind of a mixed day. What's CNBC got to say about this?
We all would have said, what? Millions upon millions of accounts, Morgan, have been open. Not just, of course, at Robinhood, but at firms far and wide. And one of the key questions continues to be, will they stay with us? Apparently, if they get some more money, at least that will help. But certainly there have been some losses lately. We know that in some of the more speculative names. And that is a question, at least, as to how that cohort will react.
Yeah, and when we also know that, the last couple of weeks alone has been a very volatile market more broadly. I mean, just look at the NASDAQ, the move.
Yeah, by the way, look at eyes, just while they're rambling here. Look at eyes. This is one that was up like 300% last week on an FDA approval. It's up another 55% today. It's absolutely incredible. I'm so happy for anybody in eyes. I have a hard time on the bios. Bios have this funny tendency of like exploding and then just deflating like a hot air balloon running out of fuel. Anyway, GameStop though, really, just holding up, going right into the open here. We're about 30 seconds away from the open. CTRM, really great, 11.2%. Sens is up 7% today. Trade Desk up almost 4% today. Super League Gaming and Chamath, they're the ones really leading a sell-off today. Let's get the bell.
Because, at some point, this does become the price. I mean, we're talking many weeks now at an elevated level.
Yeah.
Yeah, David, you're right. I mean, issuance has been such an amazing.
Did that audio sound bizarre to you?
Do $2.5 billion of 5 years, $2.5 billion of 8 years.
It was just the bell. I think they screwed up the bell today. That was horrible. But anyway, that's a lot of green relative to the disaster we have seen. Yeah, CNBC screwed that bell up. That was horrible. Like, I heard that too, and I hear me just fine. But that bell was disgusting. They broke the bell. Ugh. Okay, let's go. Let's see how our market open is. Oh man, I'm nervous. Let's see how the market's opening. Is we know pre-market, futures are one thing, pre-market's another thing. Market open though, that's when we can get some entertainment. All right, so let's go over to the watch list and let's see what's happening here. GameStop, actually, we got a nice big red candlestick here at GameStop. Maybe not necessarily so nice, but we have it. Gosh, that had a really long candle there for a moment. Fisker is okay, tiny red. I mean, that's not bad for an open right here. That's pretty relatively flat. Let's see. It looks like Tesla just went red. So we got BNGO selling off. We got AMC red candle sticking. Peloton is pushing up. So Peloton's going to give us some tendies today. Not really. I mean, it's at 109. It's so low relative to where it has been. Look at Matterport, though. Remember when Matterport was like $11.90? Yeah, Matterport. That was so oversold. I'm grateful to see this back over 14. Honestly, I mean, it's still low. The GameStop rallying here. Look at that. GameStop's pushing today. AMC's trying to catch up. But, wow, it does look like we've got a rally at GameStop. Maybe the hedge funds are realizing GameStop is the hedge today. Look at this. We're up 19% now on GameStop. Oh, snap. Yeah, Carnival up 3%. BFT PaySafe merger up to 2.6%. American Air, Carnival 2.5 to 3%. Dave & Buster's up about 1.5%. Bed Bath & Beyond up about 1.5%. Cheesecake 1%. Let's look at what's losing, what's changing direction pretty quickly here. GameStop definitely still fighting or pushing for a big green candlestick here. Purple Innovation down about 6% at the open. C3AI now at $88. I'm not sure if that is a record low here. Oh, no, we hit 77 for a period of time. We're still pretty dang low and certainly well below that IPO pricing. Woo! Uh-oh. My headphones turned off. That's annoying. Hold on one sec. There we go. Maybe I need to plug them in today. But anyway, well, let's figure out what's happening. I'll just take them off for right now. Let's figure out what's happening over here at Tesla. Let's see. I see Tesla has gone red. Tesla was up about 0.5%. And Tesla has some big, fat red candles coming right out of the gate. Ooh. Oh, we're going down to 588 at Tesla. Redfin going negative as well. This is an interesting flip here. These were positive. These were literally positive 3 minutes ago. What's up with that? Very, very bizarre. So we've got that's also leading now ARCG down. We've got DocuSign and Enphase going down. Look at this. Enphase at 140. Dirt cheap. CCIV's red. We got red candle sticking happening again. We got Chamath's IPOE down. We got API. API going down again under 55 once again. FRX, I got a little bit of a sell-off here. It's at 1145. ARC-K also selling off, but that's probably the anchor of Tesla here. NVIDIA at 590, still a little pricey. I mean, we haven't had a big sell-off at NVIDIA, honestly. So if you're in this one, your shares have been a little bit more stable in this one, that's for sure. Virgin Galactic down about 0.8. What are they at now? Virgin's at $27 now. Unity down again a little bit, but just about a third at $93. and Twitter down about 0.5% at $66. Twitter, how high did Twitter run there for a moment? Twitter. Let's see, because we sat at like the 60s for a while, which was okay. Yeah, we kind of bobbed between 55 and 60, sat around the 40s for a bit. We did hit all-time highs of $80 at Twitter, and currently at $66. Going back to all stocks, we have Purple now leading losses. This one here, Kappa, just getting destroyed day after day after day here. This SPAC. I tell you, the way they clickbaited us was so bad on this one, suggesting that ARK Invest was investing in this, let a lot of people into it, and it was pure clickbait, which we called it out. Neo, look at that. Neo selling off again, down another 4.8%, with Churchill Capital now also down. What's happening intraday here? Yeah, it's just big red candlesticks coming out of nowhere, really, for the electric vehicle space. So we got a firm holding down 4% as well. This is starting to look like it's going to be a red day here. We got EXPI trending down. Like this is the open started okay. The open wasn't that bad. Oh man. I mean, we got Gamestop up 11%. It's still up. It's not the 19% that it was pumping all of a sudden over here. And the AMC is kind of selling off a bit as well. Well, let's go the other direction. It's confusing when we do it this way. There we go. Caucus, AMC, these guys are starting to red candlestick here. Tesla's actually heading to down almost 2%. Fisker, you know, they were rallying pre-market. We had them up about 7.5%, but then it looks like we got the Uno reverse here all of a sudden, and now we are back to only up about 3.8%. Want to see how this market is developing. Xpeng was up 4 to 5%, all of a sudden selling off again. I don't understand this market. It just seems like, oh, there's a little bit of green and then it sells it off right away. Big red candles over here at IPOE, C3AI trying to stabilize, purple going down, Open Door going down, NGA, the commercial vehicle SPAC, going down again. Affirm is like basically free falling. Just when we look at the sticks here, going to 77. Let's look at the. I know this is well below IPO. IPO open was somewhere around. Well, I mean the day of IPO it closed around $95. Woo! 77.02. OTA. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead for a moment here. Let's. Oh, what they're talking about. Talking about our favorite investor here. Hold on. All right.
Virgin Galactic, he did have a lot a while back, as much as 400 million, but I guess he's all out now of that stock. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, his personal stake.
Yeah,
his personal stake is all out. I mean, he still owns through Social Capital.
Right.
So indirectly, and he did say in terms of that sale, that $213 million worth of stock sale that took place last week, that's money that's going to go towards a new significant investment countering climate change. Nonetheless, I mean, just to look at Virgin Galactic, which is one of those SPAC names, one of those high-flying names that doesn't actually have commercial operations and really a source of revenue, let alone profits at this point. It's trading at 27 right now. Last month, it was trading as high.
So a lot of declines there. Just they basically put up just all of Chamath's companies there. Yeah, maybe his climate change investment was not getting margin called. All right, so what do we got here? Purple loss is actually settling down. We got a little bit of a bounce happening here. Let's pull Tesla for a moment. Tesla and CCIV, yeah, they're bouncing as well. So we got a little bit of a bounce here. All of a sudden, looks like we had 7 minutes of a sell-off here, and now we're getting our first bounce of the day. Be careful, though. We have seen this crap where the market does these bounces, and we think we're at some kind of support, and we just end up falling right through them again like a glass bridge to nowhere. I don't know, maybe a bad analogy. But anyway, EYES now instead of being up 50% is up 81%. GameStop up, okay, for 1337 there for a moment. I saw it. Caster is up about 10%. Nano Dimension and AMC trying to really push here. We got CIIC trying to push a little bit. All this barely got volume over here, though. Walt Disney going back to $200. Honestly, Disney is one of those that you could have put your money into, and you would have been relatively, I should say, I shouldn't say protected, but your money would have been a lot more stable during this disaster of a crash that we've been through, certainly in tech, or as they've been saying, the tech wreck. Let's go ahead and pull Bitcoin just for a moment here. Let's see how we're doing here on the BT of the C. We are at $50,500, a little bit of a sell-off in the about 30 minutes prior to market open, because we did hit 51,000 and we have dropped below 51,000. We did also yesterday evening hit 51,000 briefly, but we are trading just above 50K right now. So Disney, again, has been relatively safe in this disaster that we've been going through. We've got leading the charge now. We'll pull up the terminal as well here. But Nano Dimension really starting to break out here. And in terms of volume, we've got pretty consistent volume here. Let's compare this volume to last week. Here. All right, let's go to the beginning. So this was Friday. Now this is actually, we actually have less volume than we did on Friday at Nano Dimension. I think we're just getting an intraday recovery possibly here, especially with Tesla now being up almost 2%. That's almost a 4% swing in the matter of 3 minutes. Yeah, look at this. That is bizarre. Okay, well, now it's only up 1%, not 2% anymore. But yeah, take a look at this. These are some big swings here. Going from 584 to 609, we basically just turned this market from red to maybe positive. Caster really taking off today. Caster going up the most. We got 14%. Well, unless of course you're looking at eyes. If you're looking at eyes, well, then in that case, let's see. Recently viewed. Where is it? I don't know where it went. Oh well, eyes. Wait, where did it get suspended? Because it was totally on this list. Oh, it got suspended. Oh no, man! The suits always coming in to take the cake away. It's like, when the suits want to take it away, they take it away. When the suits need help, they don't do anything. It always seems like when the suits are winning, magically there are no suspensions when the suits are winning. Yeah, Nano Dimension really breaking out here. I mean, we were seeing a big swing here on the day. Gamestop, and see, Gamestop is actually now inversing here, whereas Matterport is running. Look at this breakout here, 8% all of a sudden now. We've got AMC is stable. So AMC and GameStop, maybe they're not going to be the push of the day. Maybe the push of the day is like a Matterport. Look at that ladder. Woo! Got Trade Desk up 5.3%. Canoe, gosh, I mean, Canoe at $11. Even if you don't like the company, it's so cheap. Oh man. Virgin Galactic. Virgin just turned green. What happened here? Let's see. Yeah, look at that. We just got a green run here. We're up about 4.8% right now. We got Fulgent Genetics. Well, I'm not sure why we added them last week. I think they were running it last week. There was something about Fulgent last week, but I don't know anything about them. Sen's up 4%. Let's look at Redfin a little bit more broadly here. Let's zoom out on Redfin. Let's go to the day for a moment here. Obviously, we are still, and let's clear all the crap that we have on screen here. I don't like having more than like 4 max lines. But zooming out here, going back to November, like Taylor Swift does, we are, we had this insane low of like 530 here. That was really November pricing. Right now we're at about that 610 pricing. Looks like we've got a little bit more of sort of a shelf maybe of support, we could call it here, where we had slower growth between really 567 and 650 right around here. We really didn't get that explosion through the 700-800 pricing until here in December. But yeah, we'll see if is now going to be the time for us to see a U-turn. We're up 2% in the day right now. We got GHIV running again. This is exciting. GHVI so oversold in my opinion, really giving up a lot of the gains here. But this is a nice run we're starting to see. Now going over 15 again. Okay. All right. I mean, I can jive with some of the green here, but where's the pain right now? Let's see. Where's the pain? Who's got the pain today? The pain's evaporated here. I mean, look at this. Purple was down like 9% here for a moment. It's up 3.37%. BYD is having a little bit of pain here. Low volume on BYD though. That's usually not. It's not one that I generally track anyway. Kappa kind of rebounding here as well. C3AI rebounding as well. Fascinating. DoorDash trying to. Affirm trying to. IPOE coming back. We got Apple. Interesting. Apple actually one of the leading tech losers today, really, with only, I mean, it's only down 1.6%. But what is Buzz doing? Let's go take a look at Mr. Buzz Lightyear. Buzz up one. Yeah, Buzz following the same kind of recovery pattern here. Yeah, very much the same. We have Silver Spike. I want to look at what's Upwork doing and like Fiverr. Upwork's down about 0.05%. Also had a similar pattern today. Fiverr's up about 5% today. We've got Shift Technology also up about 5%. Shift, this is a big one. So we got earnings today. Finally. We'll also pull up the Bloomberg terminal. We'll look at yields here in just a moment. Actually, I could just pull the terminal up on the iPad. It's so much easier. I can just Face ID log in. Oh my gosh, it's so much faster than I'm trying to use the darn fob that told me to pray one of these days. That was scary. Okay, let's type in the 10-year. Let's see what we got. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Yeah, let's see what the relationship with the 10-year is today. Of course, keep in mind that if you have not yet, you should totally check out the coupon code below to get yourself 38% off the amazing courses that I have on building your wealth, stocks, psychology of money, everything's in there. All right, folks, use that coupon code. It expires in less than a week now. Okay, let's get the 10-year treasury up. So 10-year treasury, this is interesting. Let's see what we got. So here's the 10-year treasury. Let's go to 3-day just so we can compare. So we're relatively high. We're at 1.59%, but the market is starting to come back here. Let's go intraday. Going intraday, we've got some volatility. We've been sitting around 1.6 for a little bit. It seems like the market is starting to really digest that, the yield's going to go up. Like, get over yourself. The yield's going up. Big effing deal. Are we going to sell off another 50%? In tech stocks just because the yield's going to go to 2%? I don't think so. Personally, I just don't think so. Instead, let's look at we're seeing a good amount of green today here. We got a little bit of a reversal possibly beginning here at 9:49. We had a nice 12-minute rally there. Fisker's really pushing. Remember, Fisker ran up over $30. Sitting at $23 right now. Gamestop really giving up its gains here. Hopefully you didn't buy in on that one uptick that we had there. GHVI giving up a little bit here. OGI also following that pattern. So it looks like we've got a little bit of possibly that 949 sell down here. Even Xpeng's doing this now, which is up 6.7%. Shift Technology up 4.3%. Plug Power's moving up. Very Good Foods moving up. What else? Airbnb, Bed Bath. These guys are doing decently. We got Ebix, Etsy, Fastly, Macy's over here in the middle. I mean, Tesla, we certainly got the red candle here, but hey, look, I'll take 2% up over more down at this point. I mean, I think we've had enough. Can we just all agree on one thing? We've had enough down. Like we are at, we're on our third week here of pain and crap. I would not mind just give one nice week of just some greens here. Okay, that'll be nice. We need some salad. Get our vitamins here. Planet, a marijuana play here, up 2.3%. Hyliion, up 2%. Redfin, Enphase, about 1% over here. So no real movement here. Unfortunately, not to the down anymore. It's tired of seeing down arrows. Whew. One that's consistently just down right now, though, is C3AI. Really, and along with Affirm, really just holding that almost 5% decline here. Let's see what we might hear. Let's jump on over. Let's see what Varney might have to say here this morning. Let's get him on the screen here. I wonder if it's going to have to do with masking. Oh, no, it has to do with TV commercial. Well, that's not what we wanted to see. Okay, then. All right, let's log into the terminal and also pull up Bloomberg News here at the same time. We'll do that in 1 minute. I'll do that in a second. GameStop. I just want to look at what. Come on, GameStop here. Where are our lines for you? Is GameStop trying to go back to its box? Our box, remember, starts at 142. It is trading nicely above that right now. So I don't know that GameStop's going to go back into its box today. We've had a nice little rally here, but it's definitely giving up that steam, that excitement it had in the morning. Wow, look at NGA. That's a big old recovery here. Woo! NGA, I mean, golly, this was literally 15 minutes ago. This was a $15 stock. Gevo going at 750. Piton Fisker. Is Fisker's not having a breakout here. Still having a little bit of pain there around this 949 rotation that we saw here. CLII, 5%. Okay. Looking at Tesla. Tesla's still red candlesticking here. I mean, Shift went from being up 4% to being up 0.75% here. We could just as quickly give up all of the gains that we had here. Yeah. All right, let's tune in here just for a moment, and then we'll get the terminal up as well. See what we got. What's the talk? COVID effect on Broadway. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the stocks. Talk about stocks. And no offense to Broadway, but we're on CNBC. Let's see.
It's less than 1% from an all-time high. S&P 500 less than 2% away.
You know, it is interesting that the indices, they're doing very, very well relative to the big sell-off in the tech, right? But personally, to me, that's an opportunity to switch from the indices over to the tech. By the dip.
$2 billion factory open in Austin. And yes, those production plants were affected by last month's power outage. So Tesla and Elon Musk probably said, well, we can do it better. Let's just do it ourselves.
Fascinating. What a story. A good one, too. Yeah, it is. All right. We got a tech startup on the program. The startup's name is Ample, A-M-P-L-E. They say they can recharge an electric car in 10 minutes. Levi Tillerman is with Ample. He's vice.
This is like Neo.
Right, Levi, let me make sure I got this right. I drive up to your guys in my electric car. I park. You take my old battery out, and you
it's Neo in America.
Charge battery. I pay you a fee and drive away. That seems to be a very different recharging system from plugging it into my garage. Have I got it right?
That is spot on, Stuart. It takes about 10 minutes. By the end of this year, it's going to take 5 minutes. And the point is to provide a cheaper, better, more convenient mode for consumers to charge their electric vehicles.
Have you got charging stations, if I can call them that, anywhere in the country where
no
done?
Yes, we have 5 of these stations deployed in the Bay Area today, and they're servicing a fleet of Uber drivers who are carrying passengers around using these Ample-enabled vehicles.
What cars?
That's really different. I mean, you think this is the way the market should be going in the future, as opposed to plugging in my garage?
Well, it's a question of convenience. I think that we're going to need a lot of different charging options for electric vehicles. But today, if you want to charge your electric car, it takes at least 30 minutes, up to 80%. And if you want a full charge, you're talking about 2 hours.
This is like a Neo copy. It's so weird. That's Yeah,
And
it even looks Neo-esque. The coloring, I don't know.
That just delivers a much more seamless experience.
So there's a time
Dude's audio is bad.
advantage of time here and convenience. Is there any difference in price?
It's cheaper than gasoline, and the point of Ample is to really provide a no-compromise solution for consumers. We don't want them to have to think, well, I'd love to have this electric car, but I don't want to be sitting around for an hour while my electric vehicle is charging. So it's a little bit cheaper than gasoline. It's much faster than charging. We're trying to give you the...
All right. I mean, it's interesting that this company Ample is in my opinion, just... I hate to say it, but it's just copying the Neo model. But what vehicles? Like, what vehicles are going to be compatible with this? I mean, I suppose rather than complaining, I could just try to look it up really quick. I'll do that.
Is coming along. Dennis Gartman, Nigel Farage, he's going to be talking about Meghan and Harry. Sandra Smith, maybe she'll talk about Meghan and Harry. Tommy Lahren, she's not going to be talking about Meghan and Harry. But in just a couple of minutes, you'll get my take.
No, we're not going to be talking about Meghan and Harry either. We don't need to have discussions about the color of their child based on this discussion that they were having yesterday. All right, so modular battery swapping. So, how it works? It's just a cartoon. I mean, they'd have to have some sort of a standard vehicle with... It's bizarre. Car makers. Here we go. Car makers. We've focused on creating an electric vehicle. Oh, they're saying that to the manufacturers. Okay. Compatible with any platform. No modification necessary. I doubt that. The process of getting a new car on the Ample platform takes 2 to 3 months. So they have to retrofit their system for every car? I think so. It's like, oh, this is a Ford Focus. Let's go get the Ford Focus battery. That sounds like a disaster. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. All right, let's see. Top news here. JP Morgan to start trading credit off 20-year. Nobody cares. U.S. stocks rise with dollar. Great. Tesla's plugging a secret mega battery into the Texas grid. That's cool. Kathy Wood is having the worst run in a year. And that doesn't sound so horrible. It's like, oh, if it was like worst run in a decade, but no, it's worse. Okay, no spam. No spam, please. It is not necessary. I do not like this. Okay, Yellen says inflation problem unlikely to result from stimulus. Something that has been one of my considerations as well. As I really think we priced in the bad of the stimulus package, but not the good. And this is our first trading day here since we have passed essentially passed the stimulus package. I mean, we know we have some little funky, mopping up to do, but yeah. SPAC bubble at 156 billion stirs worry about an inevitable pop. It's all Chamath's fault. Okay, hacked companies caught in maze of notification requirements. It's good to be smart, but it's great to be lucky. Whatever. New York City will reopen high schools. Okay. Trump rejected by Supreme Court in final election challenge. PayPal to acquire Curve to extend its push into cryptocurrencies. Yeah, I think PayPal has a limit right now. They only let you do like up to $25,000 a week in cryptos, which is great for a lot of people. Certainly in investors, I think for a lot of investors that's great. But if you're like a business trying to run of crypto, 25K is not going to cut it. All right, let's go back here to the sticks here. We got, GameStop's trying to push again. Wow, Wayfair. Look at that climb on Wayfair today. Very, very, very nice. Up 7.6%, trading at $319. When Wayfair is under $300, that's when you add to Wayfair. And we've been sitting under $300 for a while. Peloton up 6%. We got a little bit of a down arrow happening here. GHVI 5%. Trying to stabilize, it looks like. Right around 1450, 1460, right around here. CRISPR coming back out of nowhere here, or maybe we just didn't notice him. About 3.5%. Rocket Mortgage at 24. Let's see. Tattooed, Spirit, eBay. Okay, so no massive moves here on the green. Instead, it does look like C3AI has continued a little bit of a rut here, going down 6.6%. Purple, Lemonade down again. Geez, $90. Open Door, EXP. There's definitely still some pain here. Let's look at one of our favorite barometers here of pain, Tesla. Yeah, look at that. Tesla went from being up to it was like down 2% to up 2%. Now it's trending down. It's actually flat for the day. Right here with Shift, pretty dang flat for the day. 5 or 2.7%. Just because, why not? Look at Buzz quickly here. Buzz up about 0.5%. All right, stocks erase earlier losses, says Varney. But I don't know. I'm starting to see some red candlesticks come back here, Mr. Stu.
Let's have a look. See, right now we've got no, not much of a comeback. Amazon still.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, not much of a comeback exactly. Let's jump on over to CNBC for a moment here. Looks like the yield ticked back up to 1.6%. What do we got here?
Is that the all-time high is 2.1. The second highest levels are 1.4 from February of 12. That's what this comps to. So we know inventories are zooming. It makes sense. The demand is going to be zooming most likely. And on the sales side, boy, up almost 5%, up 4.9. We're expecting a number around 1%. So that becomes the January number. And that is a biggie. Sequentially, it follows a revised 1.9. But consider that it takes you all the way back to the all-time high, which was June at 9.0. So that's where we basically are comping to these numbers of the summer of 2020. And indeed, interest rate.
Joe says the ticker symbol ears is up 22% because of eyes. What? Yeah, look at that. There's actually a ticker symbol ears that's up 24% right now, possibly because eyes is up or suspended. What else can we get? Can we get like nose? You know? Oh my gosh. Tongue? I don't know. That's bizarre. I guess tongue wouldn't be 4. Have to shorten it. So Naked actually running here, and this came out of nowhere. Naked just blasted past GameStop in games here, but or in gains. But look at, I'll tell you, the one that's really kicking butt today, folks. It's Wayfair. It is Wayfair. That is a really nice run. I mean, we're up 8.5% right now. AMC sold off a bit. I mean, there's no love for AMC today. None. But then I shouldn't say none. I mean, it is up 5%, but still, the chart does not look beautiful. The chart is nothing like Wayfair. I mean, Wayfair is like a goddess today. That's very nice. I like the Wayfair. I do like Etsy more. So let's see what Etsy's doing. Okay, that's not bad. 207. See, Etsy's just not. Etsy never really got that low. Neither did Wayfair. Never really got that low. Relative to certainly like the EV tech. EV tech is something else here. I mean, Tesla, let's go. Where's Tesla here? There we go. Yeah, Tesla really bobbing now, right around 595. I don't know what it is with that 595 level, but it seems to sit there a lot. Like we'd think, oh yeah, it's gonna be something round like 600. No, it's regularly seems to be around 595. That it seems to rubber band above and below. Enphase up a little bit relative from where it was, but still red for the day. RKT, we got RKT up 5%. RKT trying to break out. Yeah, they might. You could always see that continuation of the short squeeze come back. It's entirely possible. All right, let's go back here for a moment. I'll pull up the Bloomberg news as well, but let's listen to this for just a moment. See what this guy's got to say.
Economy was a lot different than it is today. So I think despite the best efforts of Congress to derail this economy, I think you're going to see a really strong second half of the year with maybe 5 or 6% growth, which would be fantastic. We got to get the blue states open, Stuart, and we got to get the vaccine out there distributed as quickly as possible. And then I think we're looking.
Boring. All right. Somebody says, look at the opening candle on eyes. Let's do it. Yeah, geez, eyes is now at 107%. So far, it's almost kind of like the suspensions have been helping, with the exception of the last few minutes here. So opening candle, 55% 5 million shares. Holy crap. That's a lot. Let's go back and see what the volume was here. 16 million on this opening candle. Wow. 55 million shares. Seems like a lot of people got excited about that 300% increase. Although, despite that 55 million, you didn't have like a massive run here right at the start. Not off that candlestick. How it is so weird that eyes and ears are really carrying the market today. I don't know how I feel about that. 27% at ears. Oh man. Oh wow. All right, social. Okay, so I did also pull up Bloomberg Live. So let's see what they're saying here.
Or Newsom.
Oops.
Account, or as you know, it could go in the stock market, but that is that's typical. And so you take something like these billions of dollars that will go out in these checks. And by the way, they're spent within about 10 days of receipt. And because the IRS is well oiled now in terms of sending these checks out, they get out very quickly. And so that even that the smaller portion that actually gets spent and not saved is a big boost to the economy. And what we've done with both of these checks and extending the federal supplemental unemployment benefits is continue to build that bridge into the middle of the year when even more of the jobs have been coming back hand over fist, so that we can rely less on government transfers and replace that with labor income as reopening continues to take.
That would be funny if nose is running.
In some ways, this is old news, though. The market's already priced this.
I don't know.
We got largely what we expected.
I don't think the market has priced this stim package in. I think that was a little bit of a surprise. And I think we're too tenuous today to really say today's being pricing it in. Today's mixed. It's a very mixed day here. You know, CLII, Express, GameStop, Climate, CLII, Wayfair. I mean, Wayfair had its first like slowdown here. Peloton, a 5%, really was up higher here, slipping down again. NGA, OGI, OG, Fisker. See, Fisker's having trouble. Fisker's at kind of a low within the day. Still opened up more green. Affirm, BYD, C3. I wonder why BYD is selling out. There'd have to be some news-related event for them, I feel like. But look at this. Apple down 2%. Why? With EXPI, Neo, Redfin. These guys all slightly red. Not massively red, so we'll take it. And where's that landing? Tesla. This is a very bizarre open. Yeah, see, Tesla's up 0.5%. It's weird. I'm trying to put my finger on it.
Because you're not, the taxes are not going to even come close to offsetting the amount of spending that will be done on the healthcare side, on the infrastructure side. Now, infrastructure spending tends to be a market impact when it looks like it's going to be passed, but it's not an economic impact for some time. It takes a lot of time for those projects to start hitting the economy and for those funds to go out. So think of it as if it's toward the later part of this year passage, then toward the later part of 2022, that becomes a realized economic impact from infrastructure. And it's a big multiplier. It's a big multiplier, and I would love nothing more than to see this finally get done.
The Wall Street Journal, no surprise, came out with an editorial note sort of pushing back against the stimulus that we saw, which I feel like also sets up what we might see in the future. It said, the real goal is to expand and solidify the role of government as the guarantor of every American's income, unlinked to any obligation to work. Back to the universal income conversation, I feel like.
The COVID welfare state. Ouch. I want to read this later. COVID, it's the editorial board, welfare state. COVID welfare state put together by the editor. So, I mean, you would think that this would be put together by like a Mitch McConnell or something like this, but it's actually put together by the editorial board of the Wall Street Journal. Wow. Okay, let's see. Still working on it. Okay. To satisfy Manchin, they lowered the unemployment. The bill sends this. We know what it sends. Okay, we know what happened. Where's the complaining? Democrats say all these income transfers are needed to ensure people don't go hungry or become homeless, but their bill would also extend the last year's 15% food stamp boost. I mean, we know what's in it. I guess, was it just the title then? Yeah, or maybe over here. Only a small part of what Democrats passed is for pandemic or economic relief. It's mainly a way to station on their high-speed train to a cradle-to-grave welfare entitlement state. Wow, or sorry, cradle. Cradle-to-grave welfare entitlement state. Wow, that's rough. Most of the $1.9 trillion will flow to the government, unions, or supposedly temporary income transfers that Democrats intend to make permanent later this year. Ooh. Make permanent later this year. I wonder if that they might be referring to like the child tax credit, which is really set up for 1 year, and if they might want to make that sort of a recurring flow of monthly stimulus, so to speak. What are they talking about here with Kathy?
Dow's up 270, 260. There's going to be some big movers. How about Salesforce and Microsoft?
Yeah,
What
I
do you
was
have
a
on
little
them?
surprised that. Were you surprised what Dennis Gartman just said?
All right, take a look at this. We got Rocket. Rocket's really running, and the volume has sort of exploded. You know, we had a decent open with volume. You know, 1 million shares, but we've really been teetering around 70 to 120,000 in terms of volume on average here. All of a sudden, we blew up to about approximately 150 to 220 here. I'd probably say an average with some of these 300s is somewhere right around 200,000 of volume. We're actually increasing here. We're now at 445,000 of volume here. We're doing a run. We're creating a run here at Rocket. This is possibly that sort of a second short squeeze that got delayed last week. I believe it is sort of recovering right now. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. All right. What else do we have here? Yeah, I mean, I see a nice big candlestick here. Let's see. Okay, we'll come right back to Rocket because Rocket's running. Rocket's taking off. Naked, though, you can't count Naked out. Naked's pushing today. Palantir, yeah, we haven't looked at Palantir in a while. Let's look at Palantir. Palantir's flat. $24. I mean, it's dirt cheap. Dirt cheap stock. Rocket Mortgage continuing to push. Wait, don't we have a sound effect for that? Here we go. Come on, push it. Find the dip. Find the dip. Well, it's not really dipping. I just need to cut just the push it. Push it. Push it. Just that part. All right. So ears up 24%. Eyes disappeared again. Eyes is suspended again, of course. Why not suspend it? Just always suspend it. Suits, man. Suits back at it again. Oh, look at that pop on Rocket. Here we go. Here's the entertainment today. Oh, yes. Oh, it just keeps going. Let's go to tick by tick for a moment. Sometimes this entertainment and no, this is gonna make me get dizzy. Let's go back to a minute here. Okay, so a little softness back to 12.9%. Oh, no, back over 13% here. Let's see what happens. We'll keep an eye on this one. That's some nice moving here. Gore's trying to run again, maybe. We've got AMC at 4.7. AMC's not really doing anything today. AMC's being a little boring today. Just a little boring little baby today. Okay, losers. HelloFresh really selling off 66. This has been a decline for a while, hasn't it? Let's go to day here. Yeah, look at that. It sold off from 92, Feb 16th. It's really lost about a third here. Let's see. Let's go jump on over to CNBC for a sec, too. We'll pull up the bond yield as well. No, we're on commercial over here. Okay, let's look at the bond yield then. Any other interesting top news? I don't know. U.S. stocks fluctuate as Treasury yields gain. Let's see what the 10-year is doing. 10-year. All right. Let's pull up the chart for the 10-year. Okay. All right, here we go. 1.592 for the 3-day here. It's just trending up, but the market's definitely mixed today. I mean, it's not clearly one way or another. See, I mean, Lemonade accelerating losses here, but Apple down 2% as well. I mean, no major losses today, I have to say. I mean, with the exception of maybe like Chamath and HelloFresh or BYD here. I mean, 2%, it's nothing. Well, let's see what Churchill's doing here. Churchill 23.86. Okay. Redfin $60. It's a bargain, but it's not free falling here. Neo 1.6%. So we're pretty stable. Look here, Square. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty cheap for Square. Let's look at some of the cheapies here. FRX cheap, Square cheap. Pinterest under 70, I like. Enphase seems to be very cheap, though. Like, Enphase is more sold off than Pinterest is. Pinterest isn't that heavily sold off. And I like to compare that sort of relative sell-off and sort of decide that way. Which one do I want to go shopping for? Where'd Rocket go? Oh, Rocket's giving it up here. Rocket's red candling. Okay. Let's go back to this. Let's listen to CNBC for a moment.
It's very difficult to, enforce anyway. And we thought, frankly, we have a very low infection rate right now, plenty of capacity in our hospitals. This is the time to make the change.
It's okay. Jump on over Bloomberg TV.
Male unemployment, both obviously getting hit quite hard in April as the U.S. really shut down. But the male employment level has recovered quite a lot. It's a very different story guide than what we used to see. Usually when you have some kind of deep recession, it's the men that get hit. This time it was the women. It's a childcare issue. And now the conversation becomes like, what do you do about that? How do you wind up fixing that?
Well, I guess this time it's been the service sector that has been hit hardest. And normally we don't get close.
All right, going back to the candles here. So Rocket's giving up on the rocket ship here. Rocket's just not pulling it today. Naked's also having a little bit of that sell-off moment. G-Tech interviewed the CEO here yesterday. Great guy, up 8%. We've got CLII also up 8% today here with Wayfair. Wayfair trying to get back on its staircase here. I mean, that's not bad. That's some nice, we almost double hit the exact level here at around 315. 313, somewhere around here. If I just take, like, for example, the average of this in between these two support levels here, we're still running. Wayfair still going strong here. GHVI 5.5%, nice. We've got Affirm, Social Capital, Purple, Lemonade. Oh, I mean, not much change here. Very consistent today. A couple rocket ships trying to take off, but otherwise the market seems relatively consistent today. Got those shift earnings today. That'll be really fun. We'll cover that. Kathy Wood goes on CNBC later today. We'll cover that as well. GameStop. GameStop's still pushing. Very volatile day, but 156, I have to say, it's still decent. Chivo, nice 11% today. It's at 777. Nice number. Wayfair, 9% now. Wayfair's pushing nicely. I like Wayfair. Giddy up, pussy. Let's go. We need a sound effect. Oh, we have one. That's right. Because I was gonna say we need a sound effect for reminding you to use coupon code HODL to get all the buy sell alerts. But you got to say it more like, if you want to build your wealth, make sure to go to the links down below and check out the amazing programs. Something like that. I got to perfect that. Maybe I should just have like my voice already pre-recorded, and then I could just push the button, and then maybe just like I could disappear myself, or I could lip sync it. I don't know. It could be kind of fun. Canoe up 5%. Let's look at Canoe's movement for a moment. Where's Canoe? Go EV is what Canoe is. Go EV. Go EV. 5%. Nothing consistent today in today's chart. Peloton gave up a good chunk of the gains that it had during the day here. Very bizarre. Eyes and ears are still leading the charge today. The eyes up 100% and the ears up 23%. So bizarre. All right. Anything else losing right now? Any like, what are the buying opportunities today? I think that's what we gotta talk about. Is what are the potential buys? So GameStop pushing all of a sudden here. I see it on the candle. But what are the buys today? Yeah, we've got. I mean, lemonade is still over 80. I'm not jumping up and down, adding to lemonade. Upwork is on such a sell-off streak. You know, if we could get down to like 30 or something like that, I think Upwork becomes a heavy load up if we keep down this trend here. We'll see. API, hey, gosh, API has had a nice sell-off too. I mean, all of the Clubhouse hype has sort of evaporated here. Bumble, golly. Bumble on IPO day closed for almost $74. It's at $60 right now. Jeez. What a massive mess this whole market sell-off has created. I mean, it's healthy, but it's painful. Let's listen into Fox for a moment.
Take me down the road. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, just 2 years.
Oh, they're talking about New York City schools. Okay, well, in that case, let's jump on over. I don't know, what do we got over here?
We could do better. What the European economies could do better. What works well? You've talked about childcare. That we all know has been shown to have a meaningful impact in terms.
Look, I know childcare is important, but I do want to focus on the sticks right now. Let's pull. Okay, so here's the 10-year. We're a 1.58. Little bit of a decline here intraday. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up Bitcoin. Bitcoin now over 51 again. Great. Over 51,000 for Bitcoin. Very excited about Bitcoin. I mean, it's just it's all of the cryptos really. It's such a fascinating world. Still trying to wrap my head around the NFTs. That's a tough one. Okay, let's go to top news here for a moment. Let's go to top. We can always go to all in a moment too. You gonna check the 5-year? I could check the 5-year. The stock market can be more sensitive to the 5-year than the 10-year. So it's good to look at that as well. All right, looking at the top really quick. Nothing new here. Coronavirus cases post slowest spread since pandemic began. That's great. I mean, that's really good news. I don't know about you. Actually, I feel like I do know about you. But I'm effing sick and tired of the freaking COVID. Like, I don't care if you're a masker or an anti-masker. I'm just sick of all of it. Like, I'm sick of anti-maskers and I'm sick of maskers because I'm just sick of the pandemic. I'm just mad at everyone. How's that? Obviously, it's no one's fault. But yeah, no, I'm just exhausted. Gosh. All right, BNGO. Let's see intraday here. What's going on intraday here? What's running? BNGO's running. Whoa, that's nice. It's a good breakout here. We got Naked 17% stabilizing here. Right at a buck almost, at a buck even here. Rocket. Also, what do we have in the great? Is this the great flattening? What is this crap? And look at that. You got the flattening at Naked, and you got the flattening at Rocket. What else? CLI is somewhat flat, trying to break out a little bit. Express is moving. Express came out of nowhere, I feel like. It's like, oh, GameC's running? GameC. That's, no. AMC. I don't even mean to say AMC. GME. Jeez, man. I like the ticker symbols are starting to screw me here. GME is running? Okay, let's catch up, says Express. And you get this. This is common. When you have a big run at GME, you get the other ones, the Cost, the Express, the AMCs. They usually come along as well. Rocket. Where's Rocket go? Yeah, Rocket hit its peak here, it looks like. We hit 27.76. Almost went back to 30, coming back. Matterport playing strong today, but also volatile today. GMC for nutrition, yeah. What's nutrition? NGA 5%. Look at that. Also kind of flattening here. The great flattening. Canoe, a little bit of a sell-off there. Okay, what's losing? C3AI. Yeah, I mean, they've been struggling all day. Lemonade. No real big moves here. Where's everything in the middle? So Neo's down about 1.4%. I mean, this is a bargain. $37? Just a bargain. So cheap. Pinterest hasn't sold up that terribly much. Is Redfin a buy? I mean, I like Redfin a lot. I want to say that's $60. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind adding to Redfin at all. It's sold off very nicely. We're down more than a third from peaks here. To me, there's massive potential in Zillow long run, or Zillow as well, but Redfin long run. Tesla, obviously massively down from its peaks here, but not actually down as much as Reddit is. Close, not Reddit, Redfin. Close, but not down as much. Fiverr 2% here, Bitcoin 1%, Peloton 3.3%. Giving up some of its gains in intraday. I will say it's a relatively stable market, even though we've got this sort of loop-de-loop-de-loopy up and down crap going on. It's relatively stable. We're not having like a massive burnout, sellout. Unity, I mean, phenomenal company. Well, how does this compare to IPO? Almost as low as IPO. IPO was closed around $71. So at $97, yeah, it's Unity's definitely up, but you just can't go wrong with Unity. Unity's such a great company. So look at Jeff Weibo in the house. What's up, man? Man, I want to see that 22 unit building. You got Jeff Weibo. He's got a cool YouTube channel on real estate. Man, after this pandemic, I got to visit Canada again. For many reasons. Canada's freaking awesome. 15% on GameStop here. Let's look at GameStop again. GameStop, also part of the great flattening. What's going on? Oh, the only thing that's not flattening, though, is BNGO. That is nice. Those are some nice runs over at BNGO. Let's see if we can... What was our high on BNGO at the hype? Peak hype here was at 1569. We're barely trying to recover here. But, I mean, keep in mind, this thing was trading for pennies for a very, very long period of time. Visit Toronto, eh? Yeah, I like Toronto. Okay, what else? Let's go pull CNBC for a moment. See what they're squawking about. A TV commercial, of course. Okay, then, fine. Everything's on TV commercial. Fine. This is the, see, I have to say, one of the benefits about you watching here is you don't have TV commercials. Okay. Let's see. Kathy Wood, worst run. Hassle factor. Show. Here we go. Hassle factor and distrust shadow wide U.S. vaccine hesitancy. Well, hassle factor, I agree with that. I mean, like the idea of standing in line all day to get it. I mean, I guess maybe I can make YouTube videos from standing in line, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. In some areas, you only have to stand in line for like an hour. Some areas are much more with it than others. Okay, we were going to look at the 5-year, and we never did. So the 5-year, let's go to 3-day here. Best way for a university student to invest. You buy a house, like a 4-bedroom, and you rent out all the rooms. And you co-sign with your parents. That's what I would do. That's money right there. I mean, that's literally just printing money. You get it with like 5% down or 3.5% down FHA. So you've got max leverage in a safe way. What do I mean by max leverage in a safe way? Well, the bank is lending you 96.5%. Actually, Jeff Weibo does a lot of this. Yeah, Jeff knows how to do this college hacking stuff. But I mean, look, you do 3.5% down. You have max leverage. Why is it safe? Because if the market falls, the bank isn't calling you margin calling. I mean, the value of your property could go down 50%, and the bank doesn't call you up going, you owe the money. And you're renting out the rooms to pay the bills and then some, and then finance your whatever. It's great. I mean, that's what I would do as a college student. Yeah, look, I'm not saying you want roommates when you're 30 years old and you're trying to have a baby, okay? But when you're 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, suck it up, get some roommates, consider the fact that you could control a $400,000 to $500,000 asset. As an 18-year-old, you can control a $500,000 asset, even if you have nothing? Come on. Why would you not do that? It's stupid not to do that. Like, what would you rather do? Oh, I got $1,000 in the stock market, or you control a $500,000 asset. Come on, it should be a no-brainer. There's no reason not to start with real estate. You know, certainly with that 3.5% down. And I'm not saying don't do the stock market, but I mean, look, I love stocks, but you know, I love stocks more recently because I like, for me to move the needle, I got to do a ton of construction projects and a ton of renovations, and it's exhausting. But, you know, hey, we've been moving the needle to the red pretty nicely here on stocks, and I haven't had to leave my house, so it's been great. You know, obviously, there's a point where real estate, I think, for a vast majority of people has a really nice opportunity, which you can check out and learn my entire brain on real estate by looking at that real estate investing course, link down below. Get 38% off with coupon code HODL. Only for the next week. Right.
Is promising. But again, we'll see how the phase 3 trials look. With variants out there, with the fact that there is a belief that the virus will always be with us in the background, even if, thankfully, we get to vaccination rates that bring some level of herd immunity. Variants, changes, again, in the virus itself, there is an expectation it will always be with us. And so the ability to actually have something on hand that will treat the symptoms and eliminate a viral load very quickly.
Yeah. All right, let's jump on over. Yeah, and I see the comment here about maybe you don't have a cosigner. There are amazing programs. If you Google community development corporations in your area, like Ventura County Community Development Corporation, there are a lot of programs where you could get down payment assistance. I mean, think about the ultimate college hack, and we're going to stop talking about real estate here in just 1 second. The ultimate college hack is you get a job the day after you graduate college, and you buy real estate right away with 2-year work experience. Because as long as you get a job in the same line of work, they will let you buy property yourself right away. So there's a way for you to do it too.
Of this thing and what's wrong with it. Come back again and tell us again, please, because we're interested.
I would love to.
Thanks very much for joining us. Lisa McClain, Republican, Michigan. Thank you for being here, Congresswoman. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Overnight, I was up and about and watching the markets, and the price of oil went to $70 a barrel. That after an Iranian.
Do we believe him? Do we actually believe the price of oil was keeping him up overnight?
Back down to $65 a barrel right now. But Susan, what more do we know about the attack?
Well, there's good news. I mean, there's no loss of life or injury, which is always good news, especially in missile attacks. So Saudi Arabia says that a Saudi Aramco petroleum tank farm at one of the world's largest shipping ports was attacked by a drone and a ballistic missile strike. Now, West Texas oil, I saw prices spike up to almost $68 last night. So that's the highest in 2.5 years. Meantime, you have North Sea Brent. That went up to $71 and change. That's the highest in a year for Brent crude.
All right. Let's go back to the terminal for a moment here. I know crude's being entertaining, but I do want to also keep an eye here just on yields. Tiny little uptick here in the 5-year again and the 10-year. But I'll tell you, even though both of these are ticking up, we saw this happen on Friday, this disconnect. The market doesn't care so much about these yields. It's almost like we know we're trending up. It's just not a big deal. And so that's, I think, why we're getting this mixed day today. Wow, we just crossed 10% on GHVI. Look at this nice laddering or stair-stepping or whatever you want to use to describe it. Wayfair and GHVI. Gotta get that right. GHVI. Both of these guys, impressive moves here. Rocket's flattening still. All right, GVO. Okay, let's go down. What else do we have here? Losses. BYD. We got to figure out what the news was on BYD. Why did they sell off? I don't know. U.S. blacklisted. I don't know why BYD is selling off. Okay. C3AI really flat relatively on the day here. Fizz down 4%. Chamath's down today. Apple's recovering after being down 2% there. Same thing with CCIV. I mean, recovering. It was up, was down. Now it's flat. Not a bad way to start the week, I have to say. Not a horrible way to start the week. The red is not deep red, and the green is good. I mean, even Lemonade went positive. And if Lemonade goes positive, I mean, that's a good thing. They have just been straight down from like 180. BNGO, okay, a little bit of a decline here, but really trying to maybe just find a support and then continue its run here. Nano Dimension and Givo, 13%, really impressive. GameStop's been relatively flat, but Express came out of nowhere, although it is flattening a little bit. Rocket Mortgage, flat. Yeah, let's see. After Tepper, what? Who's a Tepper? Bullish Tepper call.
Chicago teachers, there's really no need to panic, but really to continue with the asset allocation policy, the strategies that we have been doing. And right now, the portfolio is equally balanced between value and growth. And we really rebalance back to our targets.
I hate balance.
So any increase in interest rates, or a shift to a style or a cap size favor, really should have minimal impact on the portfolio in the long term.
Yeah. You and your balanced portfolio. I don't want to hear about balance. Tell me all in. Talk to me about all in. That's what we want to talk about. Not really. That's just not wrong. Like I said, if you had a ton of Disney, which is my favorite recovery stock, it won't grow as fast as some of the other recovery stocks, but you got some real nice stability in that, and that's beautiful because when your portfolio is selling off, let's say you're all Tesla, your capacity of hitting a margin call or panic selling is so much higher than if you have some anchors, I like to call them, like Disney, Apple, Microsoft, even. What's the other one? Google, right? Yeah. Okay, so real money scooping up mini S&P. Okay, let's see. U.S. shares had a strong start today and drew in money in real money demand in E-mini S&P futures at the open. Buying from real money is a good sign as signals deeper pocket accounts are willing to buy the dip. What did I say? We will get institutional investors start realizing this is cheap and they will buy. And I still believe that. Banks keep climbing as tech stumbles, raising rotation questions. We've got Supreme Court could rule on Fannie Freddie profits. Investors are hoping the court gives them a shot at returning some value to investors. Dollar can't keep going like this. The dollar's relentless rise shows no sign of slowing today, but it must. A looming 200. Let's fast forward a little bit. Late last year. Also concerned that the Fed, which seems willing to let the labor market run hot and is happy for inflation to overshoot, may end up being late with rate hikes. Okay, as the economy overheats. If that's the case, you'd expect the dollar to weaken. Okay, I wonder, can we get the dollar index up here? I'm sure we can. If I just type in dollar, see what I get. Dollar index. Dollar index spot rate. Here we go. What's that? Okay. Bloomberg is taking a break. Bloomberg suspended. So let's go listen to this.
That we need, and the research that we need on not only
switch.
You're down.
Great.
And there's nothing down there with you. But
Bloomberg crashed. How dare they? Is this live?
Still concerned about that permanent scarring from the crisis. She's speaking now at an IMF event. This is Bloomberg.
Yelling at an IMF event? Wait, come on. Can we get? Why is nobody covering this? Hold on a sec. Janet Yellen. No. Janet Yellen. Oh, here we go. Found it. Mama Yellen. I got it.
To young people.
Wait. Oh, sorry. I had Bloomberg going at the same time. That's not good.
Could not finish this conversation in a better way, Janet. I hope that everybody who has listened to you would be inspired to reach for their full potential. Age of Womenomics.
Okay, I don't know that are they actually talking about the economy? I mean, it is the International Monetary Fund.
And then you
go, there is still too few women around the tables that privilege to have served as chair of the Council of Economic Advisors in various survive it, but were probably not good for their careers. And so one of the things that we did.
We're mostly, and look, I highly respect the topic. We're you know, it's very important to be talking about this disaster that women are going through. Mostly, you know, the whole childcare thing is just it's terrible. Retail, hospitality, restaurants, childcare, all heavily affected by or affect women, and that's just been decimated during this pandemic. But I do want to focus on the sticks right here. So the dollar's at 92 in terms of the spot. Let's look at this historically here. Oh wow, look at that run. This is the day chart here. Nice run here. Finally again, because the dollar had just been suffering for months. I mean, really throughout the pandemic. See, this is the pandemic right here. Pandemic, it skyrockets to over 100 on the spot. And it's really just plummeted starting in the summer. But let's go to week here. Let's get a little bit more of a context. Yeah, when's the last time it was over 100? 2016. Wow. Yeah, so I mean it's pretty low. Last time it was this low and bounced off was in 2018, right before rates were starting to get increased. This is as rates were going up. It's interesting. I mean, I don't trade the dollar, so I really know nothing. Good point. This is actually a good comment, a very valid comment here. Today is Women's Day, and when it comes to women's participation in the economy, it has not been all that long that women have had the economic freedoms and rights. No kidding. I mean, if you think about it, you know, certainly you go back to the 50s and you got a whole different work environment than you've got now. But I would say that 50s culture probably extended through the 70s and probably even maybe things started U-turning in the 80s. But then again, you still have the glass ceiling, which really only probably within the last decade has been something that's been a focus of something to be corrected. So yeah, it's been recent. Okay, so back to the sticks here. BNGO running again. Look at this. We got our support here. Double check on the support level. Let's go draw a horizontal here. So we got a double check over here. Yeah, we hit this twice, about 841. Nice shelf right here. And now we're taking off again. GameStop's taking off. Good. GameStop taking off again. It's actually not a horrible chart today. Naked trending down. Whoa! What happened here? GHVI. Nice. Woo! Look at that. 14% today. Heck yeah. We will take it. Golly. What is Bitcoin doing right now? Bitcoin 51.1. Also nice and green today. This is better. I could jive with days like this a little bit better. I mean, there's so much pain last week. Wayfair 323. Canoe moved up a little bit again. Look at this. I really think Canoe's going back to $15. It's so cheap right now where it is. $12. My goodness. Rocket Mortgage. Rocket's trending down again. So this is like the SN10 falling back to the ground. Airlines boosted by stimulus plans. True. airports are getting a bailout too.
Percent. We actually don't know, but this might be part of that momentum sell-off that we've been seeing. And Apple, has been trading now below, when we went down to 118 and change, below that 200-day moving average. And this is very technical for the chart, is because once you go below a certain level, then that cascade effect happens, especially in this world of computer-driven algorithms. 70% of the market when they read that. So also, let's check in Zoom as well. Some other momentum sell-offs on NVIDIA. Again, so these two stocks have done really well the past year, right, Stu? So this might be money and froth coming out of these particular plays and maybe going into what they call value.
NVIDIA is barely selling off. Zoom is seeing some pain.
Stocks, airlines, cruise lines, and yes, energy plays, which have been the best performing so far this year.
Clearly some migration out of big tech. You can see it there in Apple. Got that.
But Zoom is close to following.
Come on, Apple's barely down. Apple's down, what, like 14% through this? Everything else down like 35%. Some of the, some of the other names. I don't know. Let's pull up the terminal again. I did just log into it again. Oh, no, I'm still trying to log into it. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. Well, we'll keep listening for a second then.
Is it a piece of paper?
No, it's not a piece of paper. So I'll try to explain it, and then you can fire away any questions that you might have or what you think the viewer.
Oh my gosh, $2.5 million for his first tweet.
$2.5 million, the top bid so far in this auction. So this is the original tweet from March 2006, first ever Dorsey tweet. So it's a collectible. Here he is, just setting up my Twitter. That's what it was, and he's putting it up for sale. So he's offering it as a crypto collectible or non-fungible tokens, NFTs for short, and that it's based on blockchain, which is a technology that underlies cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the like. And we know Dorsey is a crypto believer. So instead of
the NFT, I really think Square might honestly just get into the NFT space with this completely.
However, if they have an activity that has a significant environmental benefit, for example, replacing their manufacturing equipment for equipment that is much more carbon efficient, they can access the revolver at a cheaper cost of debt. And so it's a great example.
The revolver? We're talking about Revos now? This day has evolved. Okay, let's go to the 10-year here. Just type in GP here. GP reminds me of RuneScape. Got to get my gold. All right, so 3 days. 1.588 on the 10-year. Okay, let's go 5-year here. 5-year. Not really seeing much movement here. I mean, really, this stability in the bond deals, I think, is really leading to some of these larger gains that we're pushing here in the stock market right now. Let's see, stocks. We're BNGO. BNGO is running again. Nice run here. GameStop also running. GVO. I don't know what OPGN is. We can look at it though. OPGN. What is this one? Oh my gosh, 78%. It must be another pharmaceutical drop here. That's incredible. Let's see. So if we go to news, positive data for a pneumonia panel. Yeah. Wow. I mean, good for them. Oh, and rapid panel test for COVID-19. Jeez. It's definitely above and beyond what I'm familiar with. All right. Pull up top news here as well. See what we got. We'll hit the top news and do a refresh on the other candlesticks as well. I want to see what Tesla's doing as well. Volatility markets flash reassuring signals for dip buyers. After the $1.5 trillion wipeout in technology shares in less than a month, Wall Street fear gauges are flashing encouraging signals for would-be dip buyers. Would-be, you mean had be, or already did be, or Kevin's out of money be. I bought the crap out of this dip on Thursday and Friday. And now I'm like broke. Expectations for I told Lauren's like, hey Kevin, we're still good to buy a new house when what we're looking for comes to the market, right? We've literally been waiting for a house to come on the market where we live for like 3 years. We're looking for something really particular. It's not like even really expensive. It's only slightly larger than what we have now. I think we'd go from like 2,300 square feet to like 3,000. But I told Lauren last week, I go, nope. we ain't got nothing. This would be the worst time for that house to come on the market because we got no money. Expectation, and that's how it would end up going too. Meanwhile, the VIX is trading under the psychological threshold of $30, even as fears over rising U.S. yields threaten. Okay. Expectations for how much the NASDAQ 100 will move in the coming weeks remain well below their January high. Fool me once. Implied volatility, relative calm. Let's see here. What it says to me is that we have a sell-off, but not a panic. Jim Carroll, portfolio manager. Stocks have benefited from the lockdowns, rich valuations fueled by low yields. Yeah, we know. All right, what else? VIX futures elevated beforehand. Yeah, futures are such a fake out. People were fast to buy volatility at every single pullback. You're going to be psychologically less inclined to be bidding that volatility after you've been bidding it and no follow through. I don't know about that. I think we'll get follow through will come. I'm bullish. All right, let's look at the sticks again here. So let's just go to these guys. We're familiar with these. BNGO is continuing its run. And that is not bad. If you're printing tendies on BNGO, remember, 38% off coupon code down below expires in a week. We'll be live with the private group in an hour and 10 minutes. It'll be fun. Q&A, talk stocks and real estate. Gevo pushing. I mean, that's a nice push on Gevo. Honestly, today, Gevo's had a nice run over here. What is AMC running? Oh, wow. AMC has just doubled all of a sudden. Not doubled the share price, but doubled its gains for the days. It was like 6 to 7%. Now all of a sudden we're at 14 to 15% here. GHVI really giving up a little bit here. Woo! Maybe the money's going on over to AMC on the rally that we've got here. Wow, what is a nice push all of a sudden at AMC. GameStop pushing a little bit, but not as suddenly as AMC is. Let's look at the volume here. Volume just exploded. I mean, we went from an average of about 180,000 shares of volume to 500,000 to 1 million. I don't know what's happening at AMC, but all of a sudden we got some massive volume coming in. And clearly it is buy pressure volume. CCAV, on the other hand, really staying within our boxes here. Definitely respecting the lower bound boxes here. It's unfortunate, though, because it's down about 4%. We'll see if it ends up bouncing off the lower bound of the box that we've drawn here. Apple, again, down 2%. Just can't get a break here at Apple. Pinterest still cheap, but not a bargain, I would say. I'd say a bargain is Neo at 37. I mean, there will come a day where we look back at Neo and we're like, dang, should have bought more Neo. $37. Whew. Workhorse got suspended. What's going on at Workhorse? Workhorse. Oh, wow. What happened at Workhorse? What the heck? This is the minute chart. It looks like we went from 1460 up almost $2 in the matter of like a second here. Okay. Tesla flat at 600. Really trying to rubber band back to this line that we drew. Workhorse. There's Workhorse. Here we go. Wow. We got almost a 30% run at Workhorse here. What happened? Okay, let's pull Bloomberg and see what's going on at Workhorse. Workhorse. Individual news. Let's see what's happening. Trading halted due to volatility. Rosen Law Firm files securities class action lawsuit against Workhorse. And now the stock is skyrocketing. Makes sense. I have no idea why. And they got downgraded. I don't understand. Who knows? Let's listen to this. What do we got over here?
Proposition, bring it to the market. As you just mentioned, there's a lot of SPACs out there. We anticipated that trend to continue and wanted to have a really very different, operationally focused, public market governance focused, experienced female team coming to the market and really delivering different.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch here. Let's see what else we got. Varney, what are they talking about?
Where are we going here?
Well, of course, those that have watched
Talking about the interview again. Oh man, I don't know the stuff they cover.
Right. Can we read Apollo? Are they more risk-taking than other firms or less? Like, how do we read into that?
Well, interestingly, one thing that Athene does for them that is not so clear at the surface is it helps them really own the credit origination and underwriting process in a bigger way. So in some ways, you could say, is that riskier? Well, for Apollo, they feel that, hey, if they own the way that you underwrite credit, then you have a better view of what those risks look like. It is more of a credit firm. As we've known, Apollo has a much bigger credit.
Okay. Somebody says that House introduced a bill to introduce $6 billion of more funding for EVs. I really do think the infrastructure bill is going to provide some big money for not only Tesla, but really all of the EVs. So does anybody know what the, can somebody tell me what the number is of that bill? We could pull it up. I mean, maybe we can maybe find it on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't yet. At RealMeKevin. Oh, yes. Roaring Kitty has posted. Okay. Let's see here. What do we want to look at? Let's do Workhorse. Maybe it'll come up under Workhorse. We could find what this is. Workhorse. Just do $. Let's see what we got. Somebody had the bill. That'd be great. Yeah. I don't actually see anybody with a bill. Latest. Nobody's got the bill. We'll find it. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, let's look at the sticks. Yeah, Workhorse is kind of giving it up here again. Keep in mind, like, just because there's a bill that says, oh, yeah, we're going to give $6 billion more to EVs, doesn't mean it's going to pass. I mean, maybe it'll get picked up in the infrastructure package. And then how much of that's actually going to go to Workhorse? Oh, yes. Yeah. They could have... Excuse me, they could end up giving all the money to Oshkosh with the contract they've already secured. Little bit of a pullback here. Wayfair, Gores pulling back a little bit here. C3AI down the most. Trying to recover off lows here at CCIV. But otherwise, the market's been stable today. I have to say, it's not horrible. We have Palantir and Tesla each up about 0.5%. Redfin, Pfizer, 0.5%, around 0.6%. Market, I think, just really stable. And then, of course, you've got ears and eyes just killing it. Ears up 18% and eyes up 88% because why not? And then GameStop up almost 20% right now. Yeah. Let's see. $6 billion is going to go to gas-powered engine. Yeah, geez, no kidding. ChargePoint today. Yeah, I mean, ChargePoint and Blink have just gotten wrecked. I mean, if you bought these on the dip, obviously you're doing decently today here. A nice 8% on these guys. Yeah. Okay. What else? Let's see. What are they talking about?
899. You're unique. Why have...
No, is this muted? Oh, it's on pause.
University for being historically black college.
Okay, everything is on commercial. Bloomberg, CNBC, and Fox are all on commercial right now. Okay. GameStop moving again. Yeah. Nice. Really good uptrend here on GameStop. I mean, very, very good for the day here. Workhorse trying to find support after that run. Matterport can't find it either, though. Rocket up 8%. And Churchill still suffering down here around 23.50. Not too terribly much red today, though. I mean, relative. I mean, no deep discounts today. Of course, still big discounts on things like you know, what's it called? Uncle Bruce wants advice on how to deal with chat. How to deal with chat? You type in chat. How's Canoe looking? We'll take a look at it. Let's see here. Go EV. 7.6%. Yep. All right, folks. I think that's pretty good. I would say for right now, the next best thing you could do is get that coupon code, 38% off. Use that code HODL, expires within a week. All my buy-sell alerts, private live streams, all the lectures, lifetime access. You only pay once for all the lectures and everything. And yeah, we'll be back later. We'll see how this day develops. So, folks, thank you so very much for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.